So sources of funds, share capital. Then we have reserves and surplus. Then we have borrowings and fair value change account. So just let's number the schedules. 5, 5, 6, 7. Let's put in the figures. 5 is the total is 30,000. 6 is 1803. 30,000 and 1803. There is nothing in borrowings. Okay, so I'm going to put it as nil. Fair value change account also we have nothing. Then we are going to get the total. So then we move on to the applications. Application of funds. Application of funds. Application of funds. Under that we start with investments, loans and fixed assets. So these are 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. So under 8 the total is 1,68,700. 1,68,700. Then 9 is 7,500 and 10 is 53,850. 53,850. Okay. We don't total this. We next go to our current assets. We go to current assets. So under current assets, we have two items, cash and bank balances. Cash and bank balances. And we also have our advances and other assets. Advances and other assets. So here it is 11 and this is 12. So 11 is the total is 7830 and 12 is 42,490. 7830 and 42,490. Next we calculate the subtotal, that is the total of current assets only. Okay, so we get something called as subtotal A. We have something called as subtotal A, and the subtotal A is basically your 11 plus 12. You don't need to write this, but just when you're going through it for you to understand better, it's 11 plus 12, so it's 7830 plus 42,490, which comes to 50,320. 50,320. So this is a subtotal A. That's only the total of cash and bank balances. 8, 9, 10, like we have done before, I added towards the end. Okay. Then we move on to current liabilities. Current liabilities, which is 13. And we have provisions. Provisions, which is 40. So let's just check these amounts. 13 is 4580 and 14 we have just one item, provision for an expired risk, that's 2,03,480. 45,080 and 203,488. 203,488. So that's going to give us a subtotal B. That's going to give us a subtotal B, which is 13 plus 14, and that comes to 13 plus 14 will be 45080 plus 203488, which is going to be again uh, 2,48,548. 2,48,548. So again, in this problem, we have current liabilities more than the current assets. Okay, so all the problems we have had the same situation. So our net current assets is again going to be a negative figure. Net current assets is basically your A minus B. So that's going to be again a negative figure, which is going to be 198,248. How did I get this 198? This minus this 5320 minus 248,548. Again, I'm telling you why I'm putting it in the brackets. All these balances, application of funds mostly has debit balances. But here, since the current liabilities are more than the current assets, we're getting a credit balance. This is a credit balance basically, and this is a debit balance. So since this is higher than this, your credit is more than the debit. So if I don't put it in brackets here, I will add it to all these, which is wrong because this is a credit balance and these are all debit balances. Investments, loans, fixed assets, all debit balances. That's why I need to put it in brackets because I'm going to minus it from those figures. Okay. Then we have miscellaneous expenditure, which is 15. There's nothing here, so we're going to put it as nil. We also have debit balance of profit and loss account. Now in this problem, we didn't have a debit balance. We had a credit balance. So this is also going to be nil. Okay, and then we get a total. We get a total. The total here is, we just have two items here, so it will be 30,000 plus 1,803 will be 31,803, and here also we will have the same total. If you check, if you put, so what we are going to add here for the total is what we are going to add for the total is basically 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus net current assets plus miscellaneous plus 15. There's nothing in debit balance or profit and loss account. So this total also will come to 31,803. So how do I get this? It's 1,68,700 plus 7,500 plus 53,850 minus 198,248. Okay, so we don't take anything from 11. So it's 8 plus 9 plus 10 minus net current assets, and then we just have nil items. So it will come to 31,803. You can check it out. Is that clear? We also have a note for contingent liabilities. There's no schedule number here. It's just a note, which is the last adjustment that is given to us. There is a liability for rupees 7,500,000 in respect of partly paid shares of joint stock companies. So partly paid shares of joint stock companies, which is 7,500. So this is how problem 9 is done. Any questions, students? Is there still a confusion with regard to the application of funds to this part? How the total is arrived to, how we do this bifurcations in between? Is there any confusion with regard to that? Is there any confusion with regard to that? Yes or no? Is there any confusion? Is this understood? Okay. Anything in the problem that is not understood? Any questions?